Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday evening presentation about moving families forward, a topic I'm very passionate about. I am a mum. I have two young children. My husband works away. He does a 7 on, 7 off roster. So, I'm always looking for ways to move our family forward, but it's not actually how I first became involved with this business. So, my name is Gillian Joyce. I am in Yeppoon on the Capricorn Coast, and I was first introduced to LifeVantage through a girlfriend of mine who reached out to share some information about an incredible little product called Pro Tandem, which I'll be talking on this evening. And at the time, she had just lost her father-in-law to motor neurons disease, and I had just lost my father to cancer. Both men were far too young to leave this world. They were still in the prime of their life, and it was unexpected. And not only that, both of us had lived both of our families had lived healthy lifestyles. So it was a bit of a shock, particularly to my family, with my dad being so young. And when it came to natural solutions, we were always open. I'd never heard of activation, and I'll talk about that this evening. But once I learned the science behind it, I knew this was something that not only I wanted to use, but I wanted to be able to let my family and friends know about it as well. And so as you do with a good movie or a great restaurant, you tell people when you find something that's working for you. And the few people that I did share with had some incredible results, and they naturally wanted to share with others as well. So that was my first introduction to the business of LifeVantage. And I'll be sharing a little bit more of that this evening. But for myself, I'm a school principal by trade. So I taught for many years, I led schools for many years, and that was my profession. But I was on maternity leave when I was introduced to this. So being on maternity leave and not having that regular income that I once had, and then realizing that I could earn an income through sharing this and seeing that it would grow as I continued to share, it actually became very appealing as the business side of things as well. I was passionate about the product, and this was starting to pay for my products and beyond that. So over the years, I've continued to share. I have now fully retired from my principal position. I'm home full time. I've been fully present from both of my children as they've grown up, and that has been a huge privilege. So we're going to be talking about how you can also move your family forward this evening. So first question is, do you want to be moving your family forward? And, it's probably a silly question. People are like, yes, of course I would like to. It's, cost of living is just through the roof at the moment. And, we're seeing that almost every family has to have both parents out working to survive. And so there's a lot of challenges there. So you might be thinking, well, yeah, I do want to move my family forward, but how do I do that? And we're going to break it down into three simple things that you need. The first one, of course, is health, because when it comes to, living life, health is everything. There's no good, spending or working yourself to the bone and not having the health to enjoy the fruits of your labor later. So health is an absolute priority. The second one is time. When it comes to that quality time that you have, like, our years are short, time flies, and you want to be able to enjoy that time with your family. And then the third one is money. Some people have a little bit of discomfort when it comes to talking about money, but let's be real. We need money to be able to move our family forward, whether it's paying the electricity, the mortgage, fuel in the car, groceries on the table. All of those things are a priority, and we need money for those things. So it is important. So tonight you're going to be learning two things. First of all, our breakthrough products. And as I mentioned, this was my introduction to LifeVantage. It was the products. That is the reason why I am here today. But the business is the reason that I get to share with others, and I get to stay present for my family. So the second one is how to position yourself to take advantage of this information as well. So we're going to be talking about the breakthrough of activation. So what is activation? Well, when it comes to our body, there's a lot going on inside it. One of those things is oxidative stress. And if you look at this apple on the side, this is what's happening to our cells. We take a bite of the apple, it's exposed to the environment, and it starts to break down. And this is what happens to our cells in our body due to environmental factors. It can be Wi-Fi, pollution, work stress life, things that we eat, what we drink, what we put on our body and in our body. All of those things are a free radical load on our cells. And the way in which we neutralize those is through antioxidants, which is probably not a new word. Many people have heard it. It's been around for decades. But our body produces its own antioxidants. That's our survival genes. It's how our body heals and detoxifies. And when our body is producing enough antioxidants, it can reduce those free radicals, which means that oxidative stress levels are lowered. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen as we get older. That process slows down. So what you'll see here is a little graph. And this is what happens when we use our hero product, Protandim. So we have studies that show that when they measured the blood results of a large group of humans aged between 20 and 80, as you get older, oxidative stress levels get higher. So our antioxidant production declines rapidly. But when we take Protandim, our body's natural defense to produce those antioxidants through this pathway called NRF2, it gets back to normal, gets on track, and our body is then able to produce its own antioxidants to reduce that oxidative stress. And therefore, our blood of an 80-year-old is looking more like the blood of a 20-year-old. And we have those studies to show that. So it's incredible. So what is Protandim? It's an activator, a synergy of herbs that work together to switch on that key pathway called NRF2, this protein messenger, which helps our body to produce its own antioxidants, therefore reducing the oxidative stress by up to 40% in 30 days. So an incredible, incredible product. We're neutralizing free radicals at a rate of 1,000,000 to 1. When we're taking direct supplements, it's 1 to 1. So what would you prefer? 1,000,000 to 1, 1 to 1. Not a difficult decision to make. So when people look at this and think, oh, it's just one tablet a day. Yep, super easy. But that one tablet is switching on your cells to do what they're naturally meant to do. And it's not just us saying this. So whenever I look at products, and particularly now that I'm aware of the research behind different products, I always ask them, well, what peer-reviewed studies do they have on the product as a whole? And when it comes to Protandim, it has been studied by dozens of universities around the world. It has been validated multiple times. We have 28 published peer-reviewed studies on pubmed.gov. You can jump on there and search Protandim and read those studies for yourself. You can see here all of these incredible universities. Now, for me, one of the first studies I saw was from the American Heart Association. We have a history of heart conditions in my family, and I have also lost a sister after open heart surgery. So when I saw that study, it straight away spoke to me, and I just knew that this was something that my family had to be using. So not only that, we have studies from the National Institute of Aging, which shows that it increases the health lifespan. So there is a lot of power with this product. There is more research than I have seen on any other product in the world, and it changes lives. The stories that you're going to hear. So we didn't stop there. This was their first breakthrough, the first incredible breakthrough. But since then, the company has poured thousands of dollars into further research on how else we can activate the body. So we do have a whole product line. I'm going to highlight just a couple of those products this evening, but you'll see we do have an incredible product line to support the body on multiple levels. Our collagen has been one of those products that has just blown our socks off because of the results that we're seeing. So you can see here some of these results. This is a beautiful friend of mine who just lives not too far away from me, but you can see the glow from her just after day 40, and she continues to glow even more after. It's been nearly 2 years, I think, of her using this product, and she just looks incredible. But you can see here, when it comes to collagen, it's the most abundant protein in the body. And yes, there are a lot of collagen supplements out there, but when your body can be told or reminded how to produce its own collagen again by activating that pathway, it can do it so much more efficiently. So our collagen is a formula that not only activates the collagen, it replenishes it and helps your body to maintain what you already have as well. So we do see wonderful results, and it's not just about the fine lines and wrinkles. Collagen, like I said, is the most abundant protein. You can find it in almost every organ in the body. And you can notice benefits for joints, for eyes, for heart, for, Absolutely everything, hair, skin, nails as well, and many other areas. Our most recent breakthrough product is our Mind Body GLP-1 system. So this is a system supporting healthy metabolism, healthy weight management. We're talking about switching on the key pathway that helps to work with the gut-brain connection so that your mind is not constantly thinking about food. You're not having those cravings that you're needing, and support with a healthy, balanced lifestyle. This product is helping many people to achieve their weight loss journeys without sacrificing those things they love. So we're seeing incredible results from this product as well. And this evening, I'm going to be introducing to you an incredible lady. She is a doctor in New Zealand. She has worked with thousands of patients, and she has seen incredible results through her work in sharing activation as well. So I'm going to ask Dr. Jocelyn to join us this evening. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing. I'm going to hand straight over to you to tell us.
It's on my Xbox. It says about
Just got a little back.
28 days, 29.
That one.
Mute. Good evening, everyone.
Sorry about that, Jocelyn. I've muted that voice.
That's okay.
Thank you.
It's all right. Good evening, everyone. My name's Jocelyn. I am a medical doctor working as a GP in New Zealand, originally from the Philippines, but I've lived here in New Zealand longer than I've lived in the Philippines. I own my a practice that looks after almost 4,000 patients. My first introduction to LifeVantage was by someone. There were actually 5 people who tried to introduce me to LifeVantage because they knew that I was already prescribing an NRF2 activator. But to be honest, that NRF2, looking back, that NRF2 activator that I was using was I was not really seeing as much effect or noticeable difference compared to what I see now with the people that are on our products, Protandim, NRF2. So I have a background in functional medicine. I've trained with ACNEM as well as with Institute for Functional Medicine in US. I combine conventional medicine with combine conventional medicine with functional medicine, and I really, it gives me so much joy to see improvements in people's health and eventually their lives. I've seen people suffer or being on so many medications that we're able to wean off. I've seen people who have been told that they're going to need another surgery that surgery has not been, they've forgotten about the surgery already because she doesn't need it anymore. That's with just the NRF2 and the collagen, and so many stories from couples who have not been able to have a family to now, enjoying their babies and so many things, because the main thing is really activation is so much different from supplementation. With activation, as what our products do, you're working with your own body, where you genes, and it's easy for me because I can show them. I do gene testing, and I can show them which genes were involved or acted upon by NRF2, and it's so easy for them to see that even before they start on the activators, they already know what to expect. So much, life changing. It's so different. It's more fulfilling to see people move from ill health to really good health. And you can't achieve that with prescriptions, really, to be honest.
That's exactly right. Oh, look, Jocelyn, everything you said is just, so spot on. When we see people start on prescription medications, usually the trend is that the prescription list increases. They're taking one, then they have to add another to offset the side effects of the other, and it becomes, this long list of medications as they age. And it's a sad journey, and that's why I'm so grateful for our functional doctors like yourself who work with people to look at those natural alternatives so that they can reverse that trend and pick those options that will support their body to heal naturally, because that is the way to go if we want to have that quality of life as we move on. So yeah, absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Dr. Jocelyn, for sharing with us this evening. We're very privileged to have you partner with our company and share our products and, really transform lives. Those stories you shared, absolutely life-changing. Thank you. So when it comes to LifeVantage, and we talked about, ways in which we can move our families forward, we do have an incredible opportunity here. Like I said, my passion really came with the product, and this is where I started my journey. But once I understood that this could really transform other lives, it made sense to share. And with LifeVantage, we are a company that is 16 years old. We have solid grounding. You can see that we're a publicly traded company, which means we are completely transparent. And this is powerful, particularly in today's world, because we have sadly seen a couple of really big companies just close their doors overnight. No warning to their consultants, no background information. It's just doors are shut and that's it for people. They've lost their income overnight. Whereas with a publicly traded company, you can see the figures. You can see what consultants are actually earning. You can see what the company is earning. You can see where they're spending their money. And with LifeVantage, we are a completely debt-free company. In fact, we are expanding. We've just purchased another company to partner with us. So they're now under the LifeVantage banner, and we're growing our portfolio, our activation portfolio. You can see that we have cash on hand for emergencies or for further research or, to reward those consultants for their hard work. We are governed by a board of directors, and our board of directors have been incredible. We've got leaders from Airbnb and Coca-Cola, and Erin Brockovich was a former board of director. She actually gave us 5 years, and this is an incredibly busy lady. If you've ever seen the movie Erin Brockovich, you know that she does her research, and she saw what we had with LifeVantage, and she came to us. And she sat on our board of directors for 5 years. To this day, she still jumps in and says hello, and she tells us how much she still loves our products and is using them. She is an incredible lady. And so for people like that to lock arms with us, we have something special. So how do we make money with LifeVantage? Well, the fact is we can do the work once and continue to get paid every single month. And what I mean by that is, when I first started this journey almost 10 years ago, there were people that I introduced to this product, many of whom have had incredible results. And today they still continue to order, which means for that past 10 years, I have earned from repeat sales over those years. And you can do the same. And it doesn't just stop at the people that you introduce. With the network marketing industry, you can grow a team and you can leverage that income throughout your team. So we earn commissions from each product sold. And from that, you can also earn additional income by growing the number of customers that you have as well. So with our income, we can earn a sales profit plus a bonus. So this could be as simple as, 500 points in customer sales would be about $75 a month. Over 4,000, you're earning over $1,000 a month. This is life-changing, and this is month after month. You can see the average annual earnings of a LifeVantage consultant from 2022 was $885. Some people do a little or nothing, others do a lot. So that's where the average comes from. So are you personally in a financial tug of war? Okay. This is the power of network marketing. You don't have to do it alone. You can build a team and win. You can do this all by yourself. This industry is set up, and we do have a compensation plan where you can do this solely by yourself, but it's always a lot more fun to do it with a team. And that's what we're all here for, to support and help you grow. So when it comes to the commissions earned by a team, it starts off with, yourself, and you can earn 10% on every product sold. But if you move and start to share with others, you might find other people who would also like to share. So let's say that you go and find 5 people who also share with their customer base, their family and their friends, and they each bring in 1,000 SV for themselves. Well, that's on average about $700 a month for you, just by introducing 5 people who each go and get that 1,000 SV. Now imagine each of those 5 go and find their 5. Well, that's now a team of 30 people, and you're now earning on average about $3,000 a month. Pretty special, right? That's, somebody's mortgage payment, car payment, groceries, plus, 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 that can really transform lives. That's keeping more families or more parents home to be with their children, which I'm super passionate about, being around to raise your own children. But that can continue to grow. If each of those 5 went out and found their 5, you've now got a team of 155 people and you're earning over $15,000 a month. That's life-changing. Now, of course, this is really about people who, want to learn how to grow, and we have all the systems to teach you and the support there to show you on average what consultants are earning, just so to be completely transparent. As I said, we're a publicly traded company. You can see here that these are our consultant ranks. So we have everything from consultant through to presidential consultant. And this shows you the average monthly commissions at each rank. So a senior consultant is earning on average about $300 a month. That's paying for your own products plus. Then we're looking at these mid ranks around the managing consultant. This is part-time to full-time income. As an executive consultant, you're earning 5 figures plus a month, and 6 figures in those presidential consultant ranks and beyond. So this is just on average. So this can really be life-changing income. And to share a little bit more about how this business has transformed their life, I'd like to now invite Liko to join us. She is a beautiful consultant over in New Zealand as well. We've got 2 of our beautiful New Zealand consultants this evening to share. But Liko, thank you for joining us this evening. Can you tell us a little bit about what has this business meant to you and how has it helped you in your journey?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Gillian. I appreciate the introduction. And yeah, my name is Liko, and I'm excited to share just a little bit about my story with you all tonight. I was actually listening to a podcast yesterday, and something really struck me, which I heard on that podcast, and that was the money that we earn today has 65% less buying power than it did 30 years ago. And honestly, that stat blew me away. But I guess, I've noticed that myself. Groceries have got more expensive. Trying to feed 2 teenage boys when they're home is no. It's definitely not an expensive exercise. The bills have gone up, and yeah, definitely sometimes it just feels like our money just doesn't stretch as far as it used to. So that's why for me, having a side business, which is what I've created with LifeVantage, that pays me monthly, has been such a blessing for our family. I'm going to be honest, though, when I was first approached about this business, I didn't think it was for me. I wasn't familiar with the business model, and to be really transparent, I actually felt pretty funny about sharing something and making money. But what changed everything was when I decided to do a deep dive into the products. I thought, if I'm going to share this with my family and friends, I need to know that this is the real deal. Because I'm not somebody, who shares anything. I did a deep dive into the products. I looked at the science. I learned about the key benefits of each of our products at the time. I had my own experience on the products, and just really briefly, more energy, better sleep, better recovery, stronger immune system, to name a few of the things that I experienced. And I also saw, and my kids have amazing benefits with the products. And I realized 3 things: that basically these activation products can truly benefit everyone. While some may look at the price tag, at first, when you understand what they do in the body, they're far more affordable and effective than anything else on the market. I know for our family, we had a cupboard full of supplements, and we went from that to having a few key products, and it took so much guesswork as a mum, always trying to keep my kids healthy and, you know, dealing with all sorts of different things that they had going on. Starting the activation products took so much of the guesswork away. And as you know, I've learned along the way, you know, the most expensive supplement is the one that doesn't work. And that was for me when I was invested in, when we put our money into these, and we know they work. And so once I realized these things, that's when something definitely shifted for me. I stopped seeing it as sharing to make money and started seeing it as an obligation to share something that can genuinely change people's health. And so, yeah, I've been with LifeVantage now for over 5 years. And in that time, I've seen some incredible product launches. I have an amazing story on the GLP-1 that we just launched, but the reality is each one has unlocked another way to activate the body and another layer of benefits for people. And I guess just when you think that the benefits can't get any better, they do. It blows my mind. And it's exciting being with a company who is not afraid to innovate and prioritize creating quality products. And the way I see it now is if I'm making money in this business, it actually means that I'm helping more people get healthier and reach their health goals. And that's definitely something that I, you know, can stand behind. And I want to be part of something that helps build healthy, strong communities. It's something that's really important to me. And that's exactly what we're doing here at LifeVantage when we share these products. So yeah, from the decision to share these products, so many blessings have flowed for my family. And also, you know, I've been able to build a business, meet incredible people, support amazing customers. My customers are just divine. They are so loyal. And, you know, like Jill said, you know, you share something with somebody and they experience the benefit and they will continue taking the products and continue to, you know, get the benefits. I have got amazing, gorgeous team members who I absolutely love and feel very blessed to do life with. It's been one of the best surprises in this business, and I feel so supported and connected, and yeah, really blessed with that. It's also created, you know, opportunities for my family. One of the first one, definitely, which I'll never forget. 5 years ago, you know, when I started, you know, earning income from LifeVantage, was we were able to buy my son his first motorbike, which he wanted. It was on his wish list for a very long time, and he finally got it. And to see the look on his face, you know, and I just remember the moment sort of sitting in the kitchen when my husband and, you know, when they drove in the driveway with it, and I just thought, you know, wow, here I am helping people get healthier with their health, and here, you know, fulfilling one of my son's, you know, childhood dreams. It was special. Just an amazing, you know, it was an amazing moment, I guess, that I'll never forget. And then the other thing that's helped our family with is my kids. It wasn't my decision, but my kids decided that they wanted to go to school in another town. And that meant boarding. That meant going to boarding school. Now, prior to LifeVantage and having this income, that would not have been an option financially for us to offer that to the kids. But we've always been wanted to support the kids to do what they want to do, and so with having that, you know, with having this income, we were able to actually give our kids that opportunity. And for a while there, we were, you know, there was 2 of them at boarding school, and now there's 1. So Yeah, definitely been an absolute game changer for us.
Sounds like it
And
has truly transformed your lives, Liko. Thank you
yeah,
so much. Yeah.
yeah, no worries. And I think what other thing I was just going to say is it's just been about having choices.
Yes.
That's a massive thing. And being able to say yes, I guess, to opportunities. Yeah, that's
That's an incredible feeling. And look, I have two sons and they're not even teenagers yet, so I know what it means to have to get enough groceries to keep them fed. I'm not looking forward to those teen years. But I'm glad you've got LifeVantage to help with that, and I am too. So thank you so much for sharing this evening, Liko. It is truly transforming lives, not just with their health, but also with their finances, and that's a big deal. So if you're thinking to yourself right now, like, well, first of all, I want to try these products. No worries. We can help you to do that. And you can use them as a customer. We can help you to, get set up with a subscription, save 10%. Or if you're thinking, you know what, I would really like to share these with other people as well. There's no obligations. It's just getting started with a starter pack that'll immediately give you your website, marketing materials, a whole team to tap into for support, incredible resources and systems. And, it can be as simple as just buying an activation starter pack. This is one of my favorite bundles because you get two of everything, or two of our three key activators. So you can share those with your hubby or your partner. And two of our other favorite products, our probiotics and our dragon fruit brain drink, our Axia brain drink. And that's for as little as $479 Australian, 540 New Zealand dollars. And that is your whole business set up, ready to run. There are other options too. You might be someone who wants to give all of our activation products a try. This includes our new GLP-1 system, our collagen, our skincare, hair care, the whole works. And this bundle is $1,349. And this gives you a really good boost into your business with a couple of rank advancements straight up as well. Again, comes with all your website marketing materials, incredible launching platform. And again, the team is always here to support you on that journey. So that I always suggest this one for our serious business builders because you want to be a product of the product, and then you'll have those there to use for months as well. These hair care, skincare that lasts you for several months. So incredible bundle, these ones. So we can help you with that. You just need to get in contact with the person who reached out to you. Like I said, we do have the support network with LifeVantage, including incredible tools. You can jump onto calls like this every single week. We have our Monday huddle, which I invite you to join as well, where you can meet the team before you make a decision, hear some other stories of how it's transforming lives, learn a few skills along the way. We invite people to join us. We do have a very welcoming community. It has by far been one of the most rewarding things for me, being a part of this incredible community where we all support each other and grow our businesses and help each other with something that's meaningful. Our health and our finances, and just, helping our families to move forward. So I thank you so much for joining us this evening. As I said, if you do have any further questions or you need to have a chat with somebody, get in contact with the person who invited you on. They'll be able to help direct those questions and get you all of those answers. Thank you again for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Good night, everyone.